Welcome to another episode of the Alamo City Sportscast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your hosts as it helps the show grow.
Good morning, San Antonio. I'm Joe Garcia, and I'm joined here by the one and only Matt Lerma. We are broadcasting to you live from beautiful West San Antonio, Puro Exit 7, here representing in the house. Matt, how you doing this morning, man?
I'm doing great, Joe. Happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing great. It seems like Chris Leija here, our good friend here, friend of the show, stirred the pot this morning. He went ahead and released something here on the X, and I'm going to show it on screen as well. So we're going to start off the show talking about Cowboy news. So this is what I saw from Christopher Leija. He went ahead and put this from John Machota. He's saying that Cowboy owner Jerry Jones on 105.3 The Fan said he's not ruling out a contract extension for head coach Mike McCarthy. And here's the quote from Jerry himself. We'll go ahead and show that in all its glory. Jerry says, I don't think that's crazy at all. This is a Super Bowl winning coach. Mike McCarthy has been there and done that. He has great ideas. We got a lot of football left. That's a quote from 105.3 The Fan. Jerry Jones speaking with them this morning, talking about maybe extending Coach Mike McCarthy. I'm going to go on record and say this, man. If this, in fact, does happen, I am no longer going to be a Cowboy fan. I'm not rooting for this poverty-ass franchise anymore because I'm tired of Jerry Jones doing Jerry things, man. Jerry Jones is the reason that this Cowboy team is a poverty-ass franchise, and they haven't won shit in the last couple of years. Only thing that they can do is choke in the big moments. Until Jerry can go ahead and fix that, I think it might be time for me to jump ship, man. If he extends Mike McCarthy, that's going to be the final nail in the coffin to him. And for me, real talk, and I'm moving on, man. What do you think about these comments from Jerry Jones here, Mike, Matt?
You know, they say that like sometimes old people go senile.
Yeah,
I think this might be one of those moments, man, because that's crazy to me. You know, like it almost seems like he's trolling the fan base at this point. Like, what can I do? And you guys are still gonna cheer for us. Like, it just seems like one of those things where he's just trying to well, just say crazy things just to make the fan base and then see if he still sells tickets the next game, you know.
yeah. Jerry is gonna Jerry, man. He doesn't know how to get out of the way and let progress happen. He's the reason why the Cowboys are in the state that they are in right now because he hasn't done a damn thing. I mean, everybody else is making moves. Jerry says he's all in. The product on the field tells me otherwise. You know, yes, the Cowboys went ahead and won this game against the Redskins, a game that they shouldn't have won, but they found a way to win because the Redskins played horrible as well, worse than the Cowboys to go ahead and let them sneak in and get that win. But let's be honest. If the Cowboys are going to go and play against any good teams, they're probably going to wind up losing. All the season's all but over for Cowboys. You know, they're probably going to be in the lottery. And Jerry Still's going to get in his way and mess that up as well. I got no faith in Jerry Jones. He's a great owner. He's a horrible GM. If he was the GM of any other franchise in the NFL, he would have been fired long ago. Jerry needs to do himself a favor and fire himself. The stupid ass Cowboy fans that stand up for Jerry Jones and say, oh, Mike McCarthy's a great coach. No, he's not. You're only as good as your record says you are. What has Mike McCarthy done for this franchise? You know, has he taken them to the
Yeah.
promised land and actually got a win with this team? No. Then how can you sit there and tell me that this is a good coach? Y'all are full of shit, man. That's like telling me that a Dodge Ram is a good truck. Bullshit. I'm calling it, man. I don't know what else to
You
say
know,
about this.
that's why I said on the last show, I said, you know, these people that are complaining on Twitter saying that, hey, like we won the game, now we're gonna get a worse draft pick. I was like, Jerry's not gonna do shit with that draft pick anyways. Like, just enjoy a win, man, because they're not gonna be few and far in between as long as he's still alive, man. And I see in the comments here that his son's not any better. Steven's no better. The curse continues. Maybe the son will hire a GM. You know, that's the best you can hope for. I think.
Look at that. Oh, Joe talking smack about Mike's truck. Well, he ain't here today, right? He ain't here today, so he'll be here tomorrow. But we're talking Cowboy talk, man. And if you think that Jerry Jones extending Mike McCarthy is a good idea, you're blinded, man. I think sometimes Cowboy fans have hit rock bottom that they're going to stand up for Coach Mike McCarthy. You have better options out there, man. If you look at the other teams that are actually winning, what do they have in common? They have younger coaches that are more primed. They have the pulse of of not only the fan base but also the players. The players want to play for them. I think Mike McCarthy at this point, he's playing for nothing, man. He gets frustrated. He gets mad. He's throwing tablets on the ground on the sidelines. Why are you getting mad at everybody else, man, and the product that's out there on the field? The coaching staff has much to blame as the actual players that go out there and just botch plays, can't run freaking routes. I've never seen a Cowboys team run poor routes as this team has this season. It's been horrible to watch. It's frustrating because the team could do better, but they don't. You know, that's the problem, is that they're just not good. On paper, you look at this team and you already knew what was going to happen before the season even started. It shouldn't be a surprise to Cowboy fan that Jerry Jones thinks this way. This is the mentality of a fucking losing ass, let's say, owner and franchise. This Cowboy team is a poverty ass franchise. I'm tired of losing. We've done nothing but lose for the last 28 years. I'm tired of the losing. As a Cowboy fan, it might be time to start looking around and seeing if anybody wants to adopt me, man. I'm tired of this shit, Matt.
It's funny because whenever I go other places, like when I travel and they hear I'm from San Antonio, they're like, "Oh, like what team is popular over there?" And when I say the Cowboys are the most popular team in San Antonio, they're like, "Oh, that's unfortunate." Like like that's the reputation the Cowboys have now. Is, "Oh, I'm sorry that you're a fan of that team." Like, you know what I mean? They gotta do something to turn that around. I don't. They gotta hire a GM, do something. I don't know.
Look at that.
Leah says you should be a Lions fan.
Hey, maybe. I got to go with somebody that's not in the division, the NFC East. So I got to root for another team, man. I'm gonna be done with the NFC East. Not a, I'm
You
not an
can
Eagles
you can
fan. I
come to
hate the Eagles.
Seahawks Nation,
Yeah, I
man.
hate the Eagles. I hate the Lechuzas Cagadas, dude. I can't stand them. I'm probably not gonna be a Cowboys fan if Jerry extends Mike McCarthy. I could care less for the Commanders, and I hate the Giants. So that means that I'm out of the NFC East. I got to go look for another team. I did have the Texans as my Sancha team, but now they're shitting the bed as well. So I don't know, man. I think I made a poor choice in a Sancha team. I might have to start scouting, man. I know one time I got an invitation to join the Bills Mafia. Maybe that's kind of looking attractive nowadays, man. What do you think about that?
Bills Mafia is fun, man. There's also, I don't know how you feel about the Steelers, but there's like a really big Steelers, I guess, fan here, and then they go and watch all the games at Slackers Medical Center and stuff. So there's that, and then there's also like, surprisingly, when I became a Seahawks fan this season, I found that there's also like a nice little Seahawks community that meets up and watches the games. If like at Buffalo Wild Wings and stuff. So there's options out there, man. And the Lions don't look too bad. If I would have known they were going to be this good, maybe I would have put the Lions on my poll of what team I should be a fan.
I look at Sam Salinas says, "Hold on, Joe. There's a difference between having a Sancha team and jumping on a bandwagon." Now, I'm not trying to jump on no bandwagon. I'm still going to go down with the ship this year as being a Cowboy fan. But if Jerry extends Mike McCarthy in the offseason, I'm done, dude. Even before the season starts, once it comes to an end, we hear news in the summer or whatever, Mike McCarthy is being extended. I'm going to be like, all right, man, I'm done. Throwing the hats out, the jerseys, shirts, everything. I'm done with this team. Moving on to something else, man. Not going to hold on to the toxicity any longer. That's like letting go of like toxica, That's right, Leja. Don't let the toxica hold on to you forever. Exactly. You got to cut her loose at some point, man. That's what I'm about ready to do with these damn
Sometimes,
Cowboys.
sometimes enough is enough. If she slashes all four of your tires, like maybe you could forgive her, but if she slashes three, you're just like, you gotta go.
Yeah, let's go, man. She's costing you money at that point. But yeah,
Yeah.
man, that's the thing that we woke up to today, hearing the cowboy chatter. Jerry Jones talking his nonsense. Somebody needs to go ahead and get somebody else to talk, man. Why don't we have somebody that can be more articulate than Jerry, man? Jerry's just old as shit, man. And I'm tired of seeing him out there on the field. I'm tired of this cowboy team breaking my heart every year, man.
Yeah.
The
No,
losing
it's
hurts.
funny because I was at a sports bar not too long ago, a few weeks ago. Cowboys lost, and there was like all these dudes like in Cowboys just screaming. It was like a random Sunday afternoon, just screaming at the TV, drunk and stuff. I'm just like, oh man. I was all like, do you think you can put it on the Seahawks
No,
game?
Seth wants to come in here. Elias wants to come in here and join us. He's I got 10 minutes. So I'm like, well, hop on, dude. If you want to hop on, we're open for you, dude. So hopefully he'll jump
Yeah,
on here so we can go ahead and talk a little bit about Jerry. But
someone's got to defend the Cowboys. Come on.
I don't know who's gonna. I don't know how the hell you can defend the Cowboys right now. Cowboys are just a poverty ass franchise, man. I'm gonna call it like I see it, dude. And you know what? Even like my other family members that are diehard Cowboy fans have been upset with the product on the field as well. All right, what's up, man?
Ricky trashing the Cowboys. I'm like, man, I need to get in on this shit.
No, man. You're gonna tell me that you're still gonna believe in this Cowboy fan base, dude, and this just Cowboy franchise. Oh,
What,
bro.
what, what, what? Come on, man. You can't
No,
jump ship because of
Mike
Jerry
McCarthy,
Jones.
I'm done, bro. I'm burning all my shit. I'll even put it on video. Fuck that.
Nah, you gotta keep holding on, Joe. We're
No.
gonna win we're gonna win a Super Bowl in 2035. Book it.
Oh yeah, Leija says they're gonna call you a casual fan and a fake fan, Joe. Well, you know what? Y'all can go fuck yourselves because I don't really give a shit what you all think. You didn't buy my jerseys, you didn't pay for my shirts or my hats. So y'all can kiss
Yee,
my ass.
Joe.
All I care about.
Joe's cooking.
What if,
All right,
what if
so
they win?
so
What if
I
they
came in
win
here
the
today
championship
and I
next?
said, fuck
What if
your
they win
food.
the Super Bowl next season? What if it was you the whole time, Joe?
No,
Just
they
kidding.
ain't gonna win shit, dude. If Jerry extends Mike McCarthy, they ain't winning a damn thing. All they're gonna do is fucking lose. I'm tired of putting on the fucking loser colors. You got loser colors on right now. That's fucking Dallas Cowboy blue. Take that shit off your head.
hell no. I'm gonna rep my squad regardless. Hey, but you're right. You're right when you say Mike McCarthy's overhyped. Who no one picked him up after he left the Packers, man. Cowboys, Jerry Jones just went ahead with that direction because he knows he had mind control over Mike McCarthy. His play calling sucks. His play style sucks. He's Mr. Screen passes for negative yards. That's all I think about when he's in the sidelines. Obviously, the players don't have any faith in him. They're here shitting on him left and right, especially someone like Micah Parsons, basically saying he didn't put in the work for it. And everyone wants to say, oh, well, Mike McCarthy won a Super Bowl. Yeah, back in 2012. It's been over a fucking decade. What are they expecting? But I just don't see any coaches available that could change the trajectory of this team, especially with Jerry Jones on the sideline. And
Jerry's
I
gonna be
know,
looking at Bill Belichick. Come on, his fucking old ass.
man,
Dude.
Bill Belichick and him were fucking classmates. That's not the way to go.
Not
But
at all.
I don't see us winning anytime soon. It's just sad. I'm me on the other hand. I'm not gonna jump the bandwagon. I'm keep holding on, but kind of like Rose at the end of Titanic. It just seems like I'm Jack slowly drowning in that icy water, man. But it is what it is. We know what it comes with being a Cowboy fan. We're gonna get shitted on, wins or losses, Joe.
Yeah.
And that's the Jerry Jones effect.
Look at Hanover Fist, bro. Why y'all hating on them boys? They just won last week and probably gonna win on Thanksgiving. That's like the
Who we
Cowboys.
play? Who
Go
we
ahead.
playing on Thanksgiving? A fucking third stringer. These are the only wins we're picking up. We can't beat a team that's actually worth a damn. Like I told you yesterday, I was very hyped over the Redskins win, but we all know it was a fluke. They shouldn't have missed that last kick. Going into overtime, we probably would have had our ass handed to us. Everyone's like, "Oh, well, they ended up beating them by 8 points or whatever." They got to understand that that onside kick wouldn't have happened had they made that field goal. So there's a strong chance we wouldn't have made it out of the overtime.
Look at Pinche Leija cooking out here already, man. He's throwing salt in the wound. When you say that about Coach Mike, but when you say that about Coach Pop, it's a problem.
There we go. There we go. We need someone young. an NFL equivalent to Mitch Johnson, someone who's gonna keep the schemes like that Mike McCarthy laid out and just tweak them a little bit. Dyer shared yesterday that maybe picking up a Kyle Shanahan would probably change the trajectory of the team, and I'm all for it. But we all know he's not going to buy into Jerry Jones bullshit, Joe. You know how
Jerry
that
wants
is.
a puppet. Jerry wants a puppet. He wants someone he can control. Jerry wants to control all aspects of what happens here with the Cowboys franchise. We all know that, man. The best thing that can happen to this franchise is the Reaper will come calling for Jerry Jones. Jerry already looks half fucking dead out there anyway, so it won't be long now, brother. He's already knocking on the door. Just open it, man. I'm ready for Jerry to go, man.
In
I'm
the
ready.
words of Mike Jimenez, you say death is coming for Jerry Jones. I say good.
Yeah, good. I wake up in the morning and they say, "Oh, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones passed away." I'll go, "Good. Let's go live right now. Let's celebrate. Let's go down. Let's go down Summers honky." You know?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but
Jerry.
I heard
Right.
I kind of reacted like the Batman signal in the sky. I saw y'all shitting on Jerry Jones. I'm like, man, I need to get into this.
Damn, dude, y'all cooking in the chat today. Look at James Molina. Hide Mike McCarthy's insulin. Put him on the shelf like Pop. Damn. Hide his
Jesus
insulin.
Christ.
Damn, dude. Y'all are cooking today. That shit's pretty damn funny, man. That's all the Cowboys can
Cowboys
do.
fans are
Look at Matt Gomez. That's all the Cowboys can do is fight you, brother. Not outside the house.
Hey, the first thing they have to do when Jerry Jones kicks the bucket is actually use those fucking curtains that they have at the stadium.
Right? Put them up. They have the curtains there, man. Jerry just doesn't want to use them. And he's like, "No, don't put the curtains up. Not on my time, not on my watch." Like, Jerry, F you, dude. They put the curtains up all the time. He didn't tell him not to put them up for the freaking, was it that Jake Paul Tyson fight, that stupid ass fight that was over there at Jerry World? No one could even watch that damn fight because it kept buffering. Hey, Netflix, how about you give everybody 3 months free for that debacle? Nope, they ain't gonna do nothing. They probably won't even give you 10 cents off your bill. They're just gonna have you eat it, just like the Cowboy fans. They put a shit product out there, and what do y'all do? Y'all come back for more every fucking year, dude. It's the same thing, including myself. I put myself in there as well. Glutton for punishment, man. We like the pain. They
We
like
lo-
the
we love things that are bad for us, Joe. That's what it is. They're the
yeah.
toxic girl that they whoop us, they beat us, but they're so damn good. If you know what I mean.
Just coming in here being nasty as shit today, dude. You all right? You took some Viagra or what before you got to work?
Demon time. It's Susio time. I'm not Necio. It's Susio time right now, bro.
Yeah, I know Leija was wanted to be in here for this show as well, dude. So, Leija, if you want to chime in here, let me know. I'll send you the link, bro, so you can come in here
Hell
and talk
yeah.
your shit.
Get him in here.
I know Leija wants to talk his shit all the time, but that's enough.
They
of
have
this. You know what? I haven't worn the MCS General Contracting hat this week. I need to go ahead and break that out tomorrow. I've been going with my Texican hat because I've been wearing all black. I'm a company man today. I got my company's shirt on. I gotta have a meeting after we get off of here, so I gotta go in there like a corporate man today, man. So, yeah,
Yeah, I'm wearing my uniform under this, so kind of hiding that.
you're hiding your uniform. You don't want nobody to know where you work.
Hell no, because if they pull up talking shit, I'm not the same on Facebook. I'll swing on a motherfucker for my
Out in the
Cowboys
parking
at
lot.
that.
Hey, just make sure you get it on Insta, dude, so we can put it up.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna
We
see me
won't
get
tell
my
anyone
ass
you
kicked
woke
on
up music,
Instagram.
so.
Yeah, me and Matt can do the play-by-play. We'll talk shit about you, dude. I said, "Oh man, he's botching his punches."
Damn, Swiss taking shots. Sith taking blue chews thanks to his sponsor, Mike Jimenez.
Oh man.
Hey, I'm taking them cowboy blue shoes, bro.
Look at
They
Leija.
have to send the link.
Send the link. All right, bro. You want to jump in? I'll go ahead and send the link to you. Hold standby, Leija. I'm gonna go ahead.
Let me tell my supervisor real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yo, can I get another 10 minutes? Yeah. He said we good.
All right. So you got another 10 minutes, man. You know
It's
you can
it's the
extra.
Susio edition.
It is.
Let's get Leija in here.
Let me see if I can get him on. There he is.
Hey,
With
and
that
HEB, if you want to
diamond.
sponsor the show, I'm drinking y'all's Orange Burst.
No, dude. You gotta have HEB pay you for that, man. But you know what? HEB wants to go ahead and sponsor this show, I'll be happy to take that, man. We can go ahead and get me some free Dr. B, dude. Diet Dr. B. I'm telling you, man, that stuff
You
hits
know,
different,
you
man.
know, Mike talks too much trash about San Antonio for HEB to sponsor the show.
Oh man, Mike, he's gonna be like, no, I don't want HEB. It's too ethnic. What is that other one they have? Sprouts, the one around the corner from me here. Sprouts, that's owned by Amazon. Yeah, I want Sprouts. Give me Sprouts as a sponsor. He don't want no HEB.
Man, Mike is a bougie Hispanic. That fool ain't got an ounce of Mexican blood in him. I don't know. I don't know where they found him, bro. He
Dude,
has to be from somewhere else.
nah, dude, when they poke him, nothing but coconut milk comes out. When he bleeds, it's coconut milk.
Oh shit! There
What's
he
up,
is.
Papa?
What's good, bro?
What the fuck is up?
What's up, bro? Hey, man, talk to us, man. How
Sucio.
you feeling about this dumb shit that Jerry wants to do and extend Mike McCarthy, dude?
I hope he does it, bro. I hope he does it because I want to watch fucking Cowboy fans fucking riot and be pissed and in tears and shit, mad as hell about everything going on. It'd be fucking funny as shit, man. But you know, Jerry, dude, you know he wants you to fucking talk about him, good or bad. He don't give a shit. All he cares about is that goddamn money. So as long as he's collecting that check, that boy happy.
Hey, man, you need to give Sith that MCS general contracting hat so he can know what it feels to like wear the colors of a winner, dude. Because he's wearing the fucking loser colors right now. You tell him to take that shit off your head already, dude.
Shit, I gotta order more hats, man, because I'm out of fucking hats. Right now, I gotta get some more. So I'm probably gonna put an order in sometime this week and get some more fucking hats.
Yeah, we need to put on the back of the cap, man, like you did on the mug.
Oh,
Diamond
Diamond
Heart.
Heart. Yeah, boy. I'm gonna have to.
Hey, Joe, for sure, I ain't taking off the cap now that Leija's in here. This fool's gonna fucking
No,
roast my
man.
forehead, dog. So
Yeah, you fucking giant ass Stephen A. Smith having ass forehead.
Yeah. I don't know. Can you get a hat big enough to fit his forehead, dude?
Nah, come
You don't
on.
have to make him that big, man.
Hey, man, you're gonna have to wear those big, super big hats that they have. You see the ones that they wear. Put MCS on it.
I know a fucking Saints fan isn't talking down on my Cowboys though.
Bro, at least we're not a fucking joke like y'all fucking hiring a dumbass coach and overpaying for a fucking quarterback. Jesus
Man,
Christ.
y'all are circus over there. Y'all got the biggest clown on y'all side, Mike Jimenez. What are you talking about, bro?
We don't claim that motherfucker, bro. We don't claim him, bro. He's a fucking Houston Texans fan. We all know this. Just like he's a fucking Rockets fan. That motherfucker.
There you go.
It's been confirmed, you
I
guys.
came in here talking shit today. I like it, man. This is
Here,
the
I'm
bro.
gonna pause my shit real quick. I'll be right back. Hold on, give me a second.
Yeah, Leija's on.
He's gonna go look
site.
for a Cowboy jersey.
He probably is. He's on site right now. He's working. He's laying down that diamond hard concrete. So you got a little bit of everything today. Everybody wants to jump on today. Matt Gomez is saying, go ahead and send him the link to as well. He wants to jump on here. Henry Cavill says, Skip Menace. They're calling you Skip Menace. That's it, man. That's Elias.
Now, whenever Henry Cavill, okay, Mav talks, this is all I hear. This is all I see. He's all bark, all bark. But that's my dog, though.
Yeah, man. You know what? Speaking of which, man, we got to find out when we're going to do our next watch party event, dude. I'm telling you, the next one, we've already done Spurs twice already. Right? I did the Spurs watch party. We did one for Mateo here. He did his, Spurs watch party, and we all came out to support him for that. Now we need to do one that's wrestling before the year ends, man. So
yeah, for sure. We'll see. We'll see what we could conjure up. I know the fans have been asking for it. I just sent out a promo yesterday for solo spaces I'll be running after Survivor Series. That's this Saturday. Show's probably going to run till about 10 p.m. So I'll hop on immediately after the show to get y'all's predictions and takes. Y'all just keep bringing the heat. Joe, you're more than welcome to join the room. Matt, too. I know you don't really watch wrestling, but you just want to go in there and talk shit to Edgar or something,
Oh, yeah, dude. If
floor is
Edgar's
all yours.
there, I'm going to go talk my shit to Edgar. You know how me and Edgar like going back and forth, man.
Man, they
I'll
don't. Joe,
watch.
they don't.
Is it going to be on
Peacock? Joe. Yeah, it's gonna be on Peacock, bro. They don't jump over to Netflix till January 5th, I believe.
Yeah, then it's gonna be everything's gonna be WWE is gonna be on Netflix after that.
Man, hopefully it survives with the buffering issues they have going, man.
I don't know if they're ready, dude. They weren't ready for that stupid Jake Paul Tyson fight debacle, man. So I don't know, dude. I don't know if they're going to be ready for the WWE events, ready for the NFL game that they're going to show, because they're going to have sports events now on Netflix, and Netflix is going to go up in prices, dude. That's all I'm saying, man. If they're going to get all these
Hey,
sports, you know.
good thing I use those other websites.
Oh man, hey man, if you use those other websites, the illegals, you already know, man. Those illegal streaming sites. I bet your fight didn't buffer once. You know.
No, no, man. That's what I was saying when they were complaining about buffering. I was like, shit, not on my side. We got you know, those kind of streams that were working on point for us. I got to see Mike Tyson. I thought it was buffering, but it was actually Mike Tyson's slow ass in the ring. I was like, oh hell no, I stayed up this late for that,
No,
and
man.
that match was a wash, bro.
Hey, but we did have some news that broke here too. I mean, Harrison Barnes was named Western Conference Player of the Week. You know, so that's pretty big news if you're a Spurs fan. That hasn't happened here in quite some time. You know, where you have news of that stature coming across here, where you have somebody named the Western Conference Player of the Week. I think it's been many years since we've last seen or heard that, you know, a player, especially somebody from the San Antonio Spurs here, been named, you know, a Western Conference Player of the Week. So shout out, man, to him, man. He deserves that. And I think Harrison Barnes has been playing great basketball over the course of the last couple games. There's a little, you know, screenshot here. Harrison Barnes been averaging 22.3 points per game over the last 3 games where the Spurs have been on their 3-game win streak, 8.7 rebounds per game, and has been shooting 61.8% from the field, man. So, yeah, I know Mike likes to go ahead and point out the EFG. Well, tell me something bad about Harrison Barnes, because according to Mike, Spurs were punting this season with him and CP3, and he doubled downs on his take, and he says he stands by it. You know, the Spurs are punting this season. Well, you could have fooled me in the midst of a 3-game winning streak. They're playing some of their best basketball of the season so far. It's early. I understand that, but the Spurs are looking like a really good competitive team right now. I think it's more than a punt, Matt.
Yeah, it might have been a fake punt,
Right.
but now Harrison Barnes, he had a really good stretch here. Hopefully it continues. DeMar DeRozan was
Good.
actually the last player to get Western Conference
Oh,
Player of the Month back in 2020. So, you
Huge
know, shout
accomplishment.
out, congratulations, Harry Barnes. We call him Harry B in the Spurs spaces.
oh, Harry B's wild. Pause.
What, Matt, man?
Yo, Mike. Mike's always hating on. Mike said getting Harrison Barnes was a punt, but look at the difference. Harrison Barnes is almost the same age as Jimenez, playing in an NBA court, and he's out here catching cramps, avoiding fighting from these high school players, bro. Stick to refereeing. Stick to refing, Mike. Come on, don't be a hater, bro.
Hey, Leha, I'm going to ask you a question, man.
What's
So
up, man? That's quick.
we have Harrison Barnes, right? Named the the Western Conference Player of the Week, right?
Yes, sir.
That hasn't happened, like Matt was pointing out, since the last time that happened was with DeMar DeRozan when he played for the San Antonio Spurs. Before the
Keep
season
on.
started, Mike Skip Menace, he went on record saying that the team was punting because they had got Harrison Barnes and CP3. I'm
Yeah.
like, we're in the midst of a 3-game winning streak. They've been playing some of their best ball of the season, and you can attribute this to both CP3 and Harrison Barnes. I don't think the Spurs are punting, Chris. I'm gonna say it, man.
Man. So me and Sid been talking. We're gonna do a 30-game space recap once they hit 30 games, and really look at the entire season up to that point. But so far, man, these aren't the same fucking Spurs of last year, where fourth quarter comes around and they fucking fold. Like the goddamn laundry. You know what I'm saying? They keep being competitive and they're fighting and they're pushing through. And it's crazy because they won a couple games without their quote unquote what people want to call their big three, right? So they're showing they got that dog in them right now. I will say this: I tweeted yesterday, I think it was yesterday, about Harrison Barnes and Brian Wrong. I ain't gonna call him Brian Right, still Brian Wrong. I'll give him that one. I'll give him that trade. I was like, I'll give you that, motherfucker. That was a good fucking pickup. I ain't gonna give him picking up fucking Chris Paul because that's a free agent. Who the fuck doesn't want to come play with Wemby, right? But I was gonna tweet this out yesterday and I completely forgot. But I got a question for everybody. if nobody wants to give Coach Mitch his flowers because they're saying, oh, it's Coach Pop's scheme, it's Coach Pop's this, Coach Pop's that, right? You're doing all that. Hold on, Matt. Hold on, because I'm coming for your motherfucking ass. I'm coming for everybody. I'm coming for every single fucking Spurs fan that wants to come at me as well and say I'm a fake fucking fan or I'm a fucking fake this or a fake fucking that. Fuck all y'all motherfuckers. Y'all kiss my ass. Anyways, if y'all won't give Coach Mitch any fucking credit, why y'all give Brian Ron credit? Why y'all give Brian Ron credit for any of these picks, any of these trades? Wasn't that Coach Pop's fucking position for the longest fucking time ever? Didn't Coach Pop run out all that shit, make all them picks and everything too? Or fucking, what's his name? RC? Why don't y'all give RC the credit? Why don't y'all say, oh, that's all of RC's moves right there? RC's calling the shot still. You know, fucking Brian Ron's just following what RC would have done. Oh, but when it comes to fucking Coach Mitch, I want to shit on homeboy, aka some of you fucking Edgar calls him a nerd. You know, everybody calls him this or that. Y'all make up all these motherfucking names for this guy. Y'all won't give him his fucking respect or his credit. All right, I'm not saying it's just him. All right, you got to give credit to fucking Harrison Barnes and Chris Paul for coming in here. And I hate fucking Chris Paul. I still don't like that motherfucker. But he's bringing that veteran leadership to this team. That's fucking changing it up for these guys. That still has them fighting at the end of close games and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But if you're gonna shit on Coach Mitch and say it's not his credit, you won't give him his flowers. You can't give Brian Ron anything either because all of this is from RC and Coach Pop from the past till now.
Well, here's the pushback that I got for you. When you go out there and you gotta what do you got to do to build a house, right? You got to lay down a foundation, right? Got to put down that diamond hard concrete, right?
Here we go.
Right?
Yeah.
Wrong or right? Right. You got to put that diamond hard concrete down, and then you got that already. You got to build the house on top of that foundation, right? So right now, you have Coach Mitch, right? That's come in because Coach Pop is, sick right now. We're wishing him the best, speedy recovery for him. But right now, Mitch Johnson is nothing more than the interior decorator. Coach Pop built this motherfucker. He's coming in here and just making some changes and moving things around. But ultimately, this is Pop's motherfucking house. What is he?
Once you start moving things around,
it's like in construction. A motherfucker, an engineer, an architect draw up these fucking plans, right? But who has to go execute that fucking plan? Who has to go out there and put the plan together, put the building up, make the building work? Because the architect and the engineer, they get on their little fancy computers, right? And they drop all these little fucking lines, and they're like, oh, I want this wall to be this fucking big, and I want this roof to span this. How, motherfucker, how? How do you do it? You got to go out there and actually do it. And right now, the person that's out there calling the shots, calling the plays, no matter how much you may hate it, it's Coach Mitch. It's not Coach Pop. Now, I'm not saying I don't want Coach Pop back because the man can come back next week and take over the team and finish the season if he wants because he's earned that right. But we're gonna sit here and be like, come on, not give Coach Mitch some flowers. Like, I'm not saying he's the greatest coach of all time or fire Pop or what. No. I'm not saying none of that. I got love for Coach Pop. Man's been here for fucking 30 years. You know what I'm saying? He's a part of this city. Not just the team. He's a part of the city. So I still would take him back, let him finish his fucking year off. But we cannot sit here and say that, it's only strictly Coach Pop. Because if you're gonna do that, you gotta do that with fucking Brian Ron, and you gotta give credit to RC Buford and Coach Pop because they're the ones behind the scenes still calling shots too.
Mikey Menace's burners in the house, man. JHNSB. Coach Pop was our tank coach.
All right, fellas, I'm gonna have to log off. I just want to say, go Spurs, go Cowboys. Jerry Jones sucks. Mitch is the GOAT, and Matt, be mad about it, dog.
Take that hat off, man. Take that hat off.
Shout out my US away brother in the room, Chris Leija. Happy belated birthday. Much love, bro. Thanks for having me, Joe. Matt,
later, man.
Easy.
Mitch Johnson, the new Maxey.
There we go.
The new Joe Maxey.
All right, fellas. I'm gonna jump off too, man. I gotta get back to it. So I'll see y'all later.
All right, Chris. Talk to you later, brother. Peace.
Later, man.
All right, so it's just me and you now, Matt. But anyway, this is what we're talking about. Leija's over here saying that you got to give credit to Mitch Johnson. I'm not saying that we're taking anything away from him. We're still saying that he's been doing good, but ultimately he's still in the house that Pop built. That's all I'm saying. And Spurs fans get mad about that. It's facts, man. So what's up, Matt? What do you want to go ahead and give as far as your
Well,
take?
well, I don't know. I felt like part of that was directed at me, but I'm just like, bro, like I've been on record saying, yeah, like I give Mitch Johnson the credit for doing a good job. You know, he could be doing worse or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Just I'm just over here like my only problem with the love that Mitch Johnson is getting is that a lot of times it's at the expense of Pop. People can't just say, "Oh, Mitch is doing a good job with the team." They have to be like, "He's doing a better job than Pop." I'm just like, we're still a 500 team. We were a 500 team with Pop. We're slightly above 500 now. How is that so much better? you know, uh, this is the foundation that Pop built. You know, he designed the team to work in the way it does, so that if he were to go down, that the team would keep going forward strong with the vision. And like the whole giving Brian Wrong credit, whatever. Like how wants to call him, like this whole like Pop in the front office thing is old, man. Like Pop literally has flat out said that he doesn't do scouting. he just coaches whoever shows up in the building. And why would he lie about that? I don't understand why people say that. Like Edgar, he always says like they would pick toilet paper without Pop. It's like, first of all, if Pop was picking toilet paper, we'd have bidets in the process. And like, I'm just saying, like, I don't. I feel like the Pop haters. Anything that's wrong with the Spurs, it's Pop's fault, and anything that goes right, it was despite Pop's best efforts to fuck up the team. And I just don't understand that way of thinking. Like, you know, uh, Brian Wright, he's made some good trades. He's made some bad draft picks. Josh Primo could have been something great, but he turned out to mess up his career.
I don't think
But you
Primo
can't
would
really.
have been a superstar. I think he would have been a great role player, but I don't think he would have been a superstar in the making. I think he would have been a solid addition had he panned out. But unfortunately, things like that do happen, right, Matt? Where sometimes you make a bad decision, on this player, and it was no fault, I think, of Brian Wright here.
Brian.
I think it was more on Primo for being lewd.
Well, Primo made the whole organization look bad because not only did they draft him like a year earlier or whatever, they also like had him as the face of the franchise. They had his face all over billboards, using him for advertising in Austin. Had him doing self commercials, all sorts of stuff, and then all of a sudden, it turns out that he did what he did with that doctor and with the housekeeper at the hotel and just all that stuff. Just he messed that up, and a lot of people will point and say, "Look at Primo, look at Lonnie Walker." People will say that Chip England left, but that's just the kind of stuff that happens when you do a rebuild. When the Spurs announced the rebuild, Chip England left. It's not Brian Wright's fault necessarily. It's not Popovich's fault. It's not the Spurs organization's fault. When you announce that you're going to start a rebuild, people who have been competing for championships for 30 years aren't probably going to stick around. And Pop, he doesn't have anything to prove to us. He doesn't, need to be coaching. He has all the money in the world. He could be enjoying his life, but he got us through this rebuild. Like at the time that they announced the rebuild, like the most popular person to take over coaching was Becky Hammond. Could you imagine the first female head coach in the NBA taking over a tanking situation? Like she would get destroyed. So I think that Spurs fans, love him or hate him, owe a lot to Pop. And regardless of how you feel about what he does on the court, you should be thanking him for sticking it through the rebuild when a lot of people left, including Lonnie Walker and Chip England. So that's my position on that.
And like we're getting some great comments in here, by the way. Thank you guys for interacting with us and being active in the chat. We really appreciate you. And I'm trying to show everybody's chats, or let's say rebuttals here on the chat. I'm trying to show them on screen, trying to get to them as fast as I can here because we appreciate that. And Mario Cavazos.
David,
Just Primo had the perverted baby face from the get go. Y'all wild today in the chat. It's all lit today. I should come in with that same energy every damn show, man, and get you all riled up. Maybe I'll start doing that with Mike and getting him all riled up from the get go. So we can have good shows moving moving forward here because I've been loving the interaction today. But all I'm saying is we have to give Mitch Johnson a lot of credit as well as far as what he's been able to do with the team in the absence of Coach Pop, because I'm sure Coach Pop will have something to do, as far as, his say and in the way things are happening, or maybe some advice for Mitch. But ultimately, Mitch is going out there and coaching the team, having to call these timeouts, having to go ahead and construct plays, make sure the team's executing the game plan out there. And I think under Mitch Johnson, the team has really shown some second life here. And we can't just say that this is all Mitch. I think one of the comments in here too gives credit to both Harrison Barnes and CP3, and I'm all for that as well. I think adding them and their veteran leadership here has paid off big time for the San Antonio Spurs, especially in crunch time, and especially showing this team that they can compete and they can come back from being down double digits, in some of these games, which they have been in this 3-game winning streak. Case in point, look what happened with the Warriors. They had a massive fourth quarter there where they outscored the Warriors 30 something to like 13 points. And basically, the Spurs allowed themselves to go ahead and get the dub against a very good Warriors team by that. So the Spurs are showing a lot of promise, I think, at the right time. But I don't want to discount or take anything away from Mitch Johnson. I'm just saying at the end of the day, I just feel like we're at this point in time where we're at because of the actions of one Coach Pop, the leadership of Coach Pop. Now, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like this might be Mitch Johnson's team moving forward. And if the Spurs finally move on from Coach Pop and do name Mitch Johnson the head coach of the San Antonio Spurs, then we're going to get to see a full year of what this team looks like under the leadership of one Mitch Johnson, where he takes that helm. That might not happen until next year, quite possibly. But I do hope at the end of the day, they do bring Pop back at least 1 or 2 more games here where everybody can give him his flowers, man. He deserves that. He deserves that. I don't know. I know he's not going to want that send off, Matt, but at the end of the day, it's the fans, us being selfish, that we want to say thank you to Coach Pop. And I'm sure he knows that everybody appreciates him and they're grateful for what he's done for this franchise. I mean, wouldn't you agree?
no, yeah, I agree. I agree 100%. I would love to see Pop go off with a standing ovation that he deserves. JHNSB says something like CP3 and Barnes are rentals, right? When they leave, we suck again. Should we be tanking now for a good draft spot? No, we shouldn't, because we have so much draft capital that we can trade up. We have young players we can trade up. There's no real need for us to tank right now. We need to learn how to win. I think we should be going for the playoffs. Just because CP3 might not be here next season doesn't necessarily mean that everything that he taught the team is going to suddenly disappear. Steph Castle's not going to become a worse player, I don't think. I think we only see an upward trajectory with him. He's making a serious case for Rookie of the Year right now after going in and having a good defensive performance against OKC, blocking SGA's shot, sealing the win, clamping up Steph Curry, holding him under 20 points. And if you really look at the tape, most of the points that Curry scored in that game were when Castle wasn't on him. So, it's just one. I think that Castle is really making a good case for Rookie of the Year, but the Spurs having Barnes and CP3 on short-term deals doesn't necessarily mean that the Spurs are going to be worse after they leave. It just means that they're going to get a lot of good experience, and we should be trying to go for the playoffs because these young players, they need playoff experience, and if we're going to get playoff experience, I'd rather have it with these amazing vets while we still have them.
Yeah, look at this, Chris Leija. Thanks for the comment, Chris. He puts, everyone says this is all Pop schemes and whatnot. When's the last time Coach Pop came back from 20 plus points down as far as the deficit goes? And I mean, again, I'm not taking anything away from Mitch Johnson. I'm saying Mitch Johnson has done a great job in Coach Pop's absence here. But he is stating some obvious facts here. The team under Coach Pop's leadership here, if they fell behind by 20 plus points, they were not able to come back. But at the same time, if you all are going to be spitting that type of fact out, also let's go ahead and talk facts. Last year, when the team was not coming back from double digit deficits, they also did not have Harrison Barnes nor CP3 on this team. So let's go ahead and state that as far as that being obvious as well. If you're going to go ahead and say, oh, when's the last time Coach Pop came back from a 20 plus point deficit? When's the last time the San Antonio Spurs had two seasoned veterans on the team to help lead the team? They didn't last season, so let's state that as well. And that's just me giving some pushback here, Matt. I'm just, you're going to come at me. I'm going to push back as well. That's how it works. We have a little back and forth. And while we might not all agree, that's fine. We can also have discussions and be civil, right, Matt?
Every draft pick doesn't need to be a long-term player. Like Malachi Brenham, he's going to be a good, he's going to be a good player somewhere. Probably not long-term with the Spurs. Same with Blake Wesley. Drafting future trade pieces is a smart thing to do. I don't know why people say that Brian was wrong for drafting them. Not every. You can't keep everybody. Every year you have to cut somebody and add someone new just from the draft. And we have potential 4 picks coming up. So, of course, we're going to have to make some trades and stuff.
Well, speaking of the picks that might convey, the Atlanta Hawks, they are giving us a little bit of help here because they did lose to the Dallas Mavericks yesterday. So if they keep on losing, that might bode well for San Antonio Spurs fans. Hopefully that pick will convey. Now, the other team that we got to look at here is going to be the Hornets as well. Now, hopefully they don't do too bad, but they don't do too well as well, so that we can still get some type of a pick that'll actually matter. But the thing, too, with these picks, Matt, is the team can only take on so many players. I mean, if this team starts acquiring all this capital, this draft capital, and they make these picks, Spurs fans have to say bye to some of these players because they can't keep them all,
Well, we already saw it this year where, the Spurs, their analytics department or whatever, they've decided that they only like certain players. I'm pretty sure that we were trying to take Tijan Salon in this draft, but he got taken before we could pick at 8. So they just went ahead and traded that pick. I think that the Spurs will go into this draft knowing who they want. And as far as I'm concerned, like if that Charlotte pick or the Chicago pick convey, that's just more fodder to make a trade up or whatever to get the person we want, or to make trades throughout the league. I don't think that I don't think there's a situation where we take in 4 new people. I just think that if the picks convey, it puts us in a really good spot to make some good trades.
These comments are wild, Matt. Look at this one from JHNSB. Trey Jones, I hope you know how to flip burgers. Champagne is not an NBA starter. God bless, bro. Look at this one. David Atwater. Trade these damn picks for Darion Fox. And that's the thing that the Spurs could do as well. And I know Spurs fans get enamored with picks and, oh, the Spurs are going to get these picks and they convey, great, we can go into the draft and get some draft picks. What has adding 2 savvy veterans to the team shown you? That this might be the missing piece to the puzzle, right? That it does make the team better. So what can happen here essentially is that the team can use the picks that they acquire to maybe acquire some more veterans or another veteran or 2. If Harrison Barnes and CP3 leave, they can acquire these picks to get 2 veterans for a longer period of time to stay with this team and help these younger players develop and get better, because we have seen that it does work when you add vets to the team. So just because we have all these picks doesn't mean that they're going to go ahead and get these picks and get more players to play for the Spurs. They could actually be picking these players for other teams if they make a trade of some kind. So you have that to look forward to as a Spurs fan. it's not always so black and white. A lot of variables, a lot of moving parts go on behind the scenes. And I think if the Spurs get an attractive enough offer, Matt, we might just see that type of scenario play out here when they get to draft night. Even though Spurs fans want those high picks, I mean, at the end of the day, like we said, you just don't have room for everyone. And the likelihood of them being able to grab some veterans in lieu of trading those picks away, that could be another scenario. So you can go ahead and give me your rebuttal back here, but I know that the chat's going nuts right now. So I'll go ahead and put some comments up.
No, yeah. The Spurs are in a really good spot to be making some deals. Like I've been saying for like the last 3 years that after this upcoming draft, like you just have to think about draft picks as players that are going to be in the G League no matter where we get them, because we need to, this upcoming offseason is where we need to position ourselves to become contenders again. And like if we do end up taking like a Edgecombe or a Flag even, we still are going to have a couple of, maybe a season or two of growing pains, but I think that that's when we need to start saying, like, if we don't make the playoffs, this was a failure of a season, and just, and enough with the moral victories and all that stuff. I'm a big advocate for extending Harrison Barnes and CP3. I think someone said it. Mario Cavazos, I think, said it. I've been talking about that for the last couple of weeks. Like, I think that if it's at all possible, we should re-sign CP3 for next year. I know that Steph Castle is doing really great and he looks NBA ready and all that stuff, but I just think that having him on the team is such a valuable asset to have on the team, especially with the mentorship role. Like we saw him saying to Wemby, like, hey, like you need to listen to the defense because they're going to tell you what they're doing. And then sure enough, Wemby's reading these defenses like I don't know, like the comic books that he loves. He's just slicing these defenses up, man. And that's like CP3's mentorship right there. Keldon does a crazy dunk, gets the crowd going crazy for him. He loves it, but they're like, hey, you just got a technical foul. You can't be doing that shit. And that's the kind of veteran leadership we need. And I hope that they stick around for a little bit because I think, especially, I know that Harrison Barnes will be here next season unless we trade him. But if we could get CP3 back as well, I think that'll do wonders for our young core as it's doing. So especially if we could go to the playoffs back to back, playoffs this year, playoffs next year, I think that just having that experience and the mentorship would do so much for the team. So I hope that we can find a way to make it work out.
Yeah, and look, I just went ahead and posted this up there, for everybody to see. I shared this on the screen here. Matthew Tynan, he was saying a reminder that the Spurs acquired Harrison Barnes and an unprotected 2031 first round pick swap from the Kings for basically nothing. It says, regardless of how long he remains in San Antonio, he's been everything they'd hoped he'd be in the short term, both he and Chris Paul. And this is stated facts, man. Regardless if they're 1-year rentals or they decide to stick around for a longer period of time, Chris Paul more than likely is going to wind up retiring maybe after this season because, I mean, he's been in the league quite a long time. Harrison Barnes, he could decide he might want to stay here in San Antonio. If not, well, the Spurs had him for one season. Either way, they've had a big impact on the team. So the other thing is we had some news here from Tom Orsborn of the Express News. He says, Spurs officially list Devin Vassell as his knee. He's got a knee injury, as out for Tuesday at Utah, which is going to be today. But again, he's expected to return on Wednesdays versus the Lakers. His recovery doesn't allow him yet to play in back-to-backs, so Spurs opted for him to return at home. So Johnson hamstring is probable again for Tuesday as well. But looking to see that Devin Vassell is going to return against the Lakers, that's going to bode well here. If you're a Spurs fan, you do want to see what the Spurs can do with the healthy lineup here. Devin Vassell, again, he's trying to get back into game shape here. But he is arguably one of your better team, let's say better players you have on this team. We still haven't seen a lot of him as far as what he has, as far as the chemistry building yet with him in the starting five. I'd like to see what that looks like maybe near the end of December to see what a team looks like with a Devin Vassell, with the Wemby. We have Castle still there in the starting lineup as well. Jeremy Sohan isn't going to be returning here with the team for another couple weeks, still nursing that injury that he sustained there with the broken thumb. We did get word that DeJounte Murray is coming back from his broken, I think he had a broken finger, broken thumb, something like that as well, that he sustained in that first game of the year with the Pelicans. He is expected to return, I believe, on Wednesday. So, I mean, that's about 6 to 8 weeks. I think it's going to be the same trajectory for when Jeremy Sohan. A lot of Spurs fans feel a certain way about Sohan, but let's see what the kid can do. He was off to a great start prior to the injury. So I'd like to see again what this team looks like when they have a healthy rotation going on, where they solidify a starting five, and they also have a good bench coming off with that second unit there. We still haven't seen the team at full strength, Matt. That's a scary thing, and they've been playing so well.
Yeah, Devin Vassell coming back on Wednesday. Tomorrow will be really good against the Lakers. I want us to get that win so bad. Like tonight is a in-up game, so it's a must-win game. It's also against the Jazz. We know we can get this win, so we just need to go out and take care of business tonight. But tomorrow, I really want us to beat the Lakers, especially since the last game, like Wemby didn't any free throws, and then after the game, LeBron wants to talk about how Stephon Castle's so good. Like I want Steph to just go out and kind of have a similar game like he had against Steph Curry, just lock LeBron. I know that it's a little bit harder to lock up LeBron because he's a quarterback out there. He's a playmaker, but just make life hard for him and get a W and just show everyone why he should be Rookie of the Year again. And then I just really want us to whoop the Lakers. I mean, we only have 3 games this weekend. The Spurs are getting a little bit of national attention now after locking up Steph Curry, the ESPN and stuff. The Hoop Collective. They're starting to talk about Stephon Castle in a positive light. So he's getting a little bit of traction in the national media, and so it's really cool to see national media talking about the Spurs again, just randomly. Now we have Steph Castle too, and I think that when Jeremy Sohan comes back, I kind of feel like we have a real possibility. I don't think it's going to happen this season because Jeremy Sohan would have to be back by the 8th of December to qualify for end of season awards. But, God willing, everyone stays healthy. I think next season we could see a situation where Wemby, Castle, and Sohan are all defensive NBA team.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. And then as far as Devin Vassell, man, I know the coaching staff says that they're in no hurry to bring him back to like being a starter and all that stuff. And I know they want to be cautious with him, but you could tell that he's frustrated. Like when I went to that Thunder game, I could tell that he wanted to play. He looked like he was a little bit mad that he wasn't playing. And so that's just the vibe I got, because I was kind of like in a really good spot to see the Spurs bench, and he just kind of looked mad. Every time Mitch called somebody up, he was just like, could have been me.
Once you get out on the court play. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So so hopefully when he has his chance tomorrow, he goes out and shows everybody why he should be playing. That's all I can hope for. Like I want Devin to have a successful season. This is his first year of being the highest paid player on the team. So I want it to be a success for him, because I don't want people saying that he's a bust or any of that kind of stuff. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So we're going to take a quick pause right here. If you got to go and get something else to drink, Matt, now's the time to do it. We're going to go ahead and play some of our sponsor segments and also a little voiceover that I did promoting the shows. So we'll see you guys here in a couple seconds. You can now listen to the Alamo City Sportscast on all major podcasting platforms. That includes Spotify, the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. So make sure you go out and subscribe so you can get notified when new episodes are dropped. We look forward to your continued support and thank you for listening to the Alamo City Sportscast. MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business, honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leija over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show. That's right. MCS General Contracting, home to the Diamond Hard Concrete, and the chat that you boys are using every single day here is powered by MCS General Contracting. Make sure you call them for all your contracting needs. If you need a pickleball court, you need a basketball court, you need a pool, or if you're a business and you need a parking lot, make sure you go ahead and call our boy, Christopher Leija, over at MCS General Contracting. The number is 210-774-9155. So
Diamond Hard.
Diamond Hard, home of the Diamond Hard Concrete. And also make sure you all like the show as well. It helps the show grow. We have a like 35 people in here, man. If y'all can do me a big, huge favor, I would greatly appreciate it, guys. If you can just hit that like button, that would mean so much to us. It does help the channel grow. Right now, this month, you guys have helped this show grow so much. We have had like almost 600 new subscribers just this month alone. I would have never thought that we would have went from 1,062 subscribers that we had not even like maybe a month and a half ago to almost reaching 1,600. And that's because of the support from you guys, our most loyal followers, the fans of the show. You all help make this show grow and go, literally. So again, if y'all can just hit that like button, we greatly appreciate it, man. Thank you all for all the support that you have given us. It means so much. And we're getting a $2.47 super chat from the Drew Show. Again, Drew, we appreciate you, man. And make sure you do get back with me, man, because I got something special just for you and for Hanover Fist. So again, guys, email me at, the email is Alamo City Sportscast at gmail.com. Send me your information as far as your address. That way I can go ahead and send you something, because you all had stated, hey, Hanover Fist felt like we took away a prize for him. No, man, I'm going to give you something. If you go ahead and give me your mailing address, I'll put that in the mail. We are going to have another giveaway here today, so make sure you all guys stick around for that. But again, we appreciate you. And he's saying, Jimenez, did he get fired on his day off again? No, Mike is actually busy with his daughter right now. He's helping her move, and he still needed some time to go ahead and get that done. He's been doing daddy duty. He had to drive her all the way from Louisiana all the way back here. So he's been driving most of the time. He got home late last night, still helping her move in. So I get it, man. It's a lot to do as a dad. And look at Leija says, damn, big sexy voice by Joe. Thank you, man. And Junior says he's done. He hit the like button. I appreciate it, man. And they said, where's Jimenez? Well, Jimenez will be returning tomorrow. Jimenez has been off the last 2 days because he's been helping his daughter, full disclosure, move into her new apartment. So he's been busy, but he will return tomorrow. We're going to go ahead and do the last show of the week tomorrow because we're going to be off on Thanksgiving Day and the day after Thanksgiving, so we can spend some time with our families as well. So before we go ahead and get to the wheel, we're going to go ahead and give some love here to our good friend, and that's going to be Jeff Garcia of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on Threads at JeffG10s5SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at JeffG So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow not only on Threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@LockedOnSpurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Yes, make sure you do like, subscribe, and share to the Locked On Spurs podcast. Again, go ahead and make sure you follow Jeff. He's going to be on the X at JeffG Jeff gives you your daily Spurs content brought to you by the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure you go follow him on YouTube. He is now at 5,000 subscribers strong and climbing every day. Make sure you go ahead and give him a follow on the X and give him a like. And also subscribe again to the Locked On Spurs podcast for your daily Spurs content over on their YouTube channel. So, Matt, let's go ahead and check the chat lines and see what's going on here. Look at that. And if it's thumbs up for no MJ. You know what? That's a thing. This is the thing. Real talk, guys. We're going to have some changes happening here when we come back in December. And some of those changes, and I'm going to be real honest with you guys, it might be that we have to do less shows because me and Mike are really busy. But in the plus side of things, that leaves room for other voices to come in here and host the show. So even though we might not be on, me, Mike, 5 days out of the week, we might be on a couple of times throughout the week, but we're also going to have some new fresh faces come in and probably host the show and talk with you boys. And that way you get a different look, a different taste of what everybody else has to say as well. Because we do have people other than just me and Mike who are also involved with the Alamo City Podcast Network. And I feel like now is the time to go ahead and start executing the game plan that we've had from the get-go. Now that the platform is growing by leaps and bounds now, we got to start, figuring some things out. And that might be having some new shows come into the fray. We're going to have a wrestling show here. We might be talking boxing. We're going to be doing different things. We might even have an entertainment aspect of the show where we talk streaming services, not streaming services, but like new shows that have come out on the streaming services like Netflix or Disney Plus and stuff. So I have a big network of people that I work with that are my close personal friends behind the scenes. So we are going to be doing some different things. One of those different things, and I'm going to let you guys into a little tidbit here. I've been working on technology for the actual website itself. So we're going to actually be doing some live audio broadcasting on the show where you guys can go ahead and still interact with us, even though we might not be doing live video. You're going to be able to hear us and you're going to be able to join the chat directly from the website so we can give some balance not only to our YouTube channel, but also to our website as well. And that way it helps balance things out at the end of the day. So look at this. JHNSB. Joe could do an Adam and Eve commercial with that voice. Joe put his bedroom voice in the little commercials. We said, look, Chris Gonzalez says, we know Jimenez is not moving his daughter to the south side. Oh my God, man. We don't even have to burn him. The chat's doing it themselves. Matt Gomez, bring soccer. Wouldn't mind talking soccer with you guys. That's something that I've thought of as well, Matt. Maybe like, doing a little show or something where we talk soccer and other local sports here in San Antonio. And again, we have a big, huge network of people, Matt, and just like yourself, Matt, and we can go ahead and come in here and talk about anything, man. We could even have like an open forum where we just shoot the breeze and talk with Leija and everybody else. I think that would be fun. What do you think about that, man?
That sounds like a good time. I'm also a big soccer guy, so if you guys want to do a soccer program, it doesn't even have to just be SAFC. We could talk about
La Liga,
whoever. Yeah, La Liga, MLS, Championship, Premier League, all that stuff.
Yeah.
FIFA. Let's do it, man.
Soccer's big business, man. I think people don't understand the impact that soccer has on the world. It's like one of the biggest worldwide sports that they have out there. The other one that's huge, I never knew about this. Cricket, man. Cricket, when you're talking cricket and you're talking like the Super Bowl of cricket gets more viewers than the freaking Super Bowl here in the States. Like I didn't know how massive a following cricket actually has, dude. I never knew until I started seeing those numbers. Blew my mind.
I did I did some customer service work in my early 20s for DirecTV, and one of the biggest sellers, I forget like what month, but like in that month we always got a bunch of like Indian callers ordering the cricket ticket, trying to watch their cricket.
Wow. We also, again, we need to talk more about the local scene here as well, because we don't really give a lot of love to like the San Antonio Brahmas, for example. I know Mike's like, I don't want to talk about them because they're just a semi-pro team. They're still a football team in San Antonio, man. They have a good fan base. Like there's things that we have here in the local market that don't get enough love, and I think that's time for us to go ahead and shed some light on that now and talk about that. I'd even like to invite you guys because I know sometime in the future this is going to happen. I like to go see the Alamo City Roller Girls, man, the roller derby. Those girls get after it, dude. So we're gonna have to go ahead and have a Necio get together, man. So when we go out to Concepcion or Espada Park out there, wherever they play, and really go and check that out and like get behind that. It's almost like wrestling, but the girls are on skates. And also go to some of the local wrestling venues that they're having there and give those some love. I got something in the works here where we're actually going to be doing something with some people here. Can't release everything all at once, but I've been hard at work here looking at new ways to expand the brand. So we got some things that are going to be coming out here shortly. Look at this. Chris Gonzalez says conspiracy theater show. Can you imagine? I know Leija would be all over that, man. I can only imagine what he would say. And not only him, but also Elias. What would they say as far as their conspiracy theories? We could go as far as like putting a spin on it and saying what would happen, in the world of sports, like conspiracy theories with sports, right, Matt?
That would be good. I feel like Bill Belichick would get a lot. Jerry Jones, conspiracy theories. He's an alien or something. I don't know, just crazy stuff.
Craziness, man. But it'd be a lot of fun nonetheless. So that's the one thing, we're going to go ahead and give everybody more involved in what we're doing here. And again, it's going to translate well to us putting an overall better product out there because it's going to be more variety. It's not just going to be me and Mike anymore. So, like, you've seen some of the new faces here. I would love to have Matt and Elias and Leija and everybody like jump on and even bring the fans in, some of our most, let's say, loyal fans that we have here. They're always popping in the chat. Give them their 5-10 minutes of fame here too and send them the link and bring them on the show and like have a fan-centric show, like a fan Wednesday or something where we let the fans jump in and be part of the show and talk their shit too. I think that would be fun, So we're going to be doing a lot of different things here to end the year, start the year. So if you all are fans of the Alamo City Sportscast, just know that things are going to be changing. Even the name here might be changing, but it's all for the betterment of what we have planned for you guys. Look at Mexican Junior. It says, I'd be down for a guest segment. Hey man, we're being dead serious, dude. If you all want to come in here and be part of the show, you can. You just need to go ahead and let me know. If anybody's serious about, hey, send me the link. I want to talk. You can. You don't even have to be on camera. That's the beauty of it. If you don't want to show your face, you don't have to. Turn your camera off. We just need the audio. You can just come in here and talk, man, and we'll let you talk. It's just like an X Spaces, right, Matt? It's just audio only.
Yes, sir. That's really cool. Talking about the XFL Brahmas and stuff. Like, I know that your normal host doesn't care for the XFL or the UFL now, but those types of leagues are good for the city. They're good for the sport in general. Just having more competition out there. Having a feeder league to the NFL. There's like 5 or 6 Brahmas players that are in the NFL now. So, this is a really good chance to spotlight San Antonio. I think this upcoming season, there's only going to be 4 home games because of the Final Four. But when you think about it, San Antonio is going to be on national TV 4 times this summer. And I guess 5 times, 6 times next season. Last season we won our division, so it's just good for the city, good for growth. You can say that it's not good all or whatever, but I think it's really interesting. I keep up more with the summer football than I do with the NFL. Just it's to me it's more competitive. Even though the athletics prowess might not be the same as the NFL, obviously, but it's really competitive. These people are fighting for their lives. When The Rock took over, they did a whole segment about being cut from the NFL and this being your chance for redemption to show that you belong and all that stuff. So I just think that it's really cool. And everybody out there, nobody is making a lot of money. They get a little bonus if they win the game. They only get paid for game days.
Yeah.
So I think that it's really competitive and fun. And you get to hear what the coaches are saying. You get to hear what the refs are saying. You get to hear what the players are saying. All sorts of cool stuff. So I think that the UFL is going to be good. They're expanding to new cities this upcoming season. So I just hope that we see some growth and some people actually support it. If you don't want to support it, I don't think you have to trash it either. So that's just one of those things.
True enough. All right. So before we go ahead and end the show, because we're going to go ahead and bring it to a close here, because I've been getting my phone's blowing up. I got to answer that too. So, like I said, we're going to go ahead and do a giveaway because we didn't do some the last couple Fridays. So we're trying to catch up here. So I'm going to go ahead and spin the wheel. On the docket here, we have a PF Chang's $25 gift card. Whoever the winner is, send me your address. I'll go ahead and send that off in the mail to you. So here we go. We're spinning the wheel. Can't see who won there. Spernandez. Spernandez won. So we'll go ahead and get in touch with him. Send him his $25 gift card there to PF Chang's, courtesy of Sean Quintero. Appreciate you, Sean. Shout out to you, my friend. Well, there you go. Our winner is Fernandez. He's going to be getting that $25 PF Chang's gift card. We are going to be having some other giveaways starting in the month of December. Every week, we're going to be giving out a Spurs autograph photo. So stay here for that. Just know that we're going to give those out. And it's just going to be random. So I'm going to go ahead and pull one out. And I'm going to show you guys what you're going to win. Then when we go ahead and send those off to you in the mail, you're going to receive them. So it's going to be a lot of fun being able to give you guys a little extra something, authenticated autograph photos of your favorite San Antonio Spurs players. Some of them might be from the days of old, and you're going to have some new ones too, like Keldon Johnson. So it's going to be fun. So stay tuned for that. Matt, where can the people go ahead and get with you on social media? What are you working on?
So you got my username right there, Matt Lerma _PS. I do post-game spaces for every Spurs game, so check me out on the X. Like Joe was saying, spaces are an audio-only platform. You don't have to show your face or turn on a camera or anything like that. It's just all audio. So if you want to come talk to Spurs fans after the game, give your take on what happened, come follow me on X and join those spaces. It's a good time. December 6th is the Sacramento Kings game. We're going to be doing a watch party over at Tank's Pizza. So come out, have a good time with us. Pizza, beer again, guys. We were trying to do something at like a bar like Slackers or something, but we're going to have to push it to have a little bit more time to plan so we can get a food truck out there and stuff. But Tank's Pizza is going to be a good time. And come on out. It's a Friday night game. The only Saturday game in December was way too close to Christmas. So we're going to do a Friday night game this on the 6th. So come out and have some fun with us.
Yeah, just let us know. You make the flyer and whatnot, and we'll go ahead and start promoting for you here on the show and put it out there on our respective social media outlets as well. Get the word out. And if I'm available that day, damn well I'm going to be out there and support you because you've always come out and supported what we do. So I'll be out there for you guys. Maybe have some stuff for you all to give away as well,
Thank you.
Yep. So that's about all the time we have for today's episode of the Alamo City Sportscast. Again, thank you guys for doing what you do and supporting what we do because we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you all always being in the chat, being active in the chat. Good problem to have when I can't keep up with you all's comments. I love it, man. Keep on bringing that fire. We'll see you all tomorrow. We're out. Peace.